Angel Reese had her welcome to the WNBA moment too. She got thrown down to the floor by Alyssa Thomas of the Connecticut Sun. You could see this play here. Reese is going up for the rebound and gets grabbed around the neck area and thrown to the floor. So it was a moment that was talked about, discussed. People have wondered whether Thomas is deserving of suspension and all these things. Angel Reese, to her credit, after the game, kind of just brushed it off completely. No big deal, no harm. Yes, foul, I suppose you would say. Here's what Reese said afterwards in regards to that play.
It's not just because I'm a rookie, I'm a player. I'm a basketball player. They don't give a damn if I'm a rookie. I mean, I want them to come at me every day. I want them to come at everybody. I mean, they're not supposed to be nice to me. I hope y'all know that. They're not supposed to be nice to me or lay down because I'm Angel Reese or because I'm a rookie. Like, thank you, AT, for sending the message to me because I got back up and I kept going and kept pushing. Like, me and AT have been cool since we were in Maryland, so I know it's not no hard feelings, and I appreciate her for going at me every day.
And Angel Reese is a competitor. There's no question about that. We've seen that from her. That's the thing I like the most about her game, really. She might go by Barbie, but she's a dog out on the court. She competes hard. She goes after the glass. She hits the glass. She tries to lock up her opponent. She gets down in the stance. She's got a real motor, too, does Angel Reese. Now, I took some of what she said there a little bit as a veiled shot at, not at Caitlin Clark, but maybe at the commentary around Caitlin Clark and how some people had said, they're out to get her. They're bringing this physicality toward Caitlin Clark and, the welcome to the WNBA moments. But and I guarantee you there's going to be commentators and social media posts saying the same thing. Like, look, it's not just Caitlin Clark who's getting roughed up and getting treated, in a certain way. Angel Reese can take it. Caitlin Clark didn't complain once. Caitlin Clark has not complained at all. She's also just put her head down and hooped too, and she's played through it and got through the physicality. I have said on this channel, the Breanna Stewart screen, perfectly clean play that Caitlin ate. Her teammates should have called it out. Dejanay Carrington attempting to lock up Caitlin Clark and getting in her grill. That's basketball. That's hooping. That's competitive spirit. And I think Cece would tell you the same thing. So I don't really see the need to lump those two things in there together, even if maybe there's a chance Angel Reese was making a reference to it. But that's all good. Look, Angel Reese is a competitor. She sees herself in that same class as Caitlin Clark. They've got that game coming up on June 1st, which is going to be headline worthy. That is going to be blockbuster worthy. But just as a basketball player, I like Angel's moxie. I like what she brings to the floor. I've had my critiques of her game in a sense, and they're not really critiques as much as constructive criticism of how I think she can get better. I think Angel's biggest flaw right now is her finishing around the rim. She's so good at getting to the ball, but then she's leaving some points off the board because she's not finishing. And if she can expand that layup package, a little mic and drill action, she'll be in business because she's got such a good nose for the basketball. So I think that should be priority number one for Angel is her finishing around the rim. Priority number two for Angel should be a face-up game where she can hit the little jumper and then dribble drive around you off that little jumper in the head fake. That will really open up her game. But as is, she is already an impact player in the WNBA. And she's gone up against good bigs in the league already and held her own. And she's got the kind of thing that you can't teach. You cannot teach that motor, that engine, that fire, that spirit. And everybody likes to see that. And as I've said on this channel, it's good for the WNBA, for women's basketball, for more than one woman to shine. I reject the notion that Caitlin Clark hasn't brought the lion's share of the attention. And by the way, there are ways Caitlin Clark can improve her game too. I think with Cece, what she really needs to get better at is a little mid-range game and a little floater game. That will help her expand everything else because she's so dynamic with the ball in her hands as a passer, obviously as a shooter. She can drive the lane and get to the basket. her defense is improving. I was very critical of her defense early in the season. That's improved as well. She's getting some blocks and steals. But I think to become a 3-level scorer would be the next step for Caitlin Clark. But now you've got stars across this league. I mean, look at Angel Reese before the game. She's out there signing autographs. Here she is with a young girl. Here, a Chicago Sky fan wearing a Reese jersey. And to the point of this video, the girl was asked what her favorite thing is about Angel Reese, and she said that she's really strong. And you see that, like, she's really strong out on the court. And Angel is the kind of player that is a great foil for Caitlin Clark, of course, because of her moxie, because of all the other things that have come into the discourse, and that Sky and Fever matchup. Let's circle it on the calendar. Let's circle it on the calendar right now. But on her own, she is. It doesn't have to be just with Caitlin Clark, because I see all these people too on social media trying to say Caitlin Clark didn't blow up until Angel Reese, which isn't true either. Caitlin Clark lit up South Carolina before Angel Reese. I did a video for Sports Illustrated on Caitlin Clark when that hype was really coming into focus before the Angel Reese incident happened, and that did huge views and numbers. So I was very aware of what Caitlin Clark was doing. But all of this is just good for the league and good for that attention. Though I did tell you the analysts and commenters would have something to say in regards to it. I just saw this tweet from Jamel Hill. Even though there won't be a stream of male analysts and fans saying Angel Reese should be given special protection despite her also being a big draw in the WNBA, Angel Reese is a fierce competitor who gets it. Yeah, I mean, look, I guess there were a few people out there who said they're roughing Caitlin Clark up too much, but again, that was noise too. Caitlin Clark never said that. Caitlin Clark shook it off and competed, and that's what Angel Reese said she was going to do, even though that was a quasi-dirty play. She was on the receiving end of. She shook it off, she got up, and she kept playing. And that's really, though, with Reese, I think the entire point I'm trying to get at is that's her game. Her game is to be out there, be going, be strong, be fierce, and be a dog. It doesn't exactly go with the imagery of Barbie, but yeah, Barbie can be a bulldog out on the court, and I guess whatever a Barbie is off the court, because Angel Reese is sure getting a lot of love there as well.